All right, everybody, welcome to the Sports Jive podcast brought to you by the Fresh Jive podcast. I'm joined with a new panelist and somebody I've been really excited to join us on the podcast, Mr. Asif Qureshi. Asif, welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it. Been waiting by my phone patiently the past few months, waiting for Rose to call me or text me, and I got the call, so I'm glad to be here. And
yeah, no, absolutely. Asif, Asif's been a longtime friend of mine as well. He's his brother for people who don't know him, he's Ali Q's brother, who was recently featured on the Fresh Jive podcast, and and Ali was featured in episode 1 of the Sports Jive. So we wanted to get Ali back out here, but Ali's availability is always a little tricky, But Asif, no, thank you so much for making the time. And the thing is, we talk sports all the time. And I think a couple of weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, we got done playing basketball and we were just talking about the second round.
Exactly,
And I was like, Asif, let's come in and record this whole thing, Another guest panelist joining us, Mr. Ahmad Doggy Dog is back. Ahmadski, welcome back.
Wait, that's Ahmad? I thought it was Mr. Capone over here.
Oh, Mr. Capone.
I'm filling in for Ali Qureshi, who built today,
Oh, Ali Q, where you at, big dog? The Sports Jive podcast.
What's up?
Today we are actually going to go into the conference finals previews. So we just wrapped up the Western Conference. OKC and Nuggets finished Game 7 today. OKC won that, obviously. So we wanted to just kind of do the conference preview. All right, so before we go into the conference finals previews, I actually had both Ali and Asif send me your guys' predictions for the second round. And it was a little brutal, Okay, let's just go talk about it real quick. First of all, we had Cavs versus Pacers. Asif, you said Cavs in 4.
Cavs in 4.
I said Cavs in 5.
Yeah.
And Ali said Cavs in 6. Nobody saw Pacers beating Cavs.
Not at all.
What were your thoughts about that?
So I wasn't aware of Evan Mobley's injury. He was out the first game or first 2 games.
Yeah, he was out.
Garland was out a couple of games also. So that was just way out of left field when he was like, hey, he's missing game 1. Like, yeah, they got no chance then.
I know. And the thing is, what's his name? Donovan Mitchell. He was hampered from this ankle injury or something, the last few games. But he
killed it.
He still played really well.
Yeah.
And I think in the last game, he was still hobbled, but he dropped 35, But I'm sure sure he's scoring, but when you have an ankle injury like that, you suffer on defense, in my opinion. Sure, his shot's still going to be there, but his mobility, man. So Cavs, Pacers really lucked out injury wise because
they really did.
Because I'm telling you, Cavs looked good all year long. They had 63, 64 wins, right?
The best record in the whole NBA.
Yeah, no, second best. OKC was number 1.
Okay,
yeah, best record in the East,
Gotcha.
right? But they looked good, man. So that was a shocker for us.
But much respect to Halliburton. I think we can all agree that we've all pretty much said that he's been kind of overrated. His playing style is a little weird. But, he's just tearing it up in the playoffs.
100%. He won the most overrated player by the NBA. Yeah. And the thing is, and that's one of the things I was having this conversation with somebody else about too. Because everybody keeps underestimating the Pacers, they have nothing to lose, no pressure. That's such a great place for them to be. Yeah. When they say, hey, nobody's expecting them to win, they just go out and ball out, And Halliburton's hey, let's prove everybody wrong, And that kind of carries over to this next matchup with the Knicks. But we'll get into that a little bit because I honestly think, in a little preview, I think everyone's underestimating the Pacers again against the Knicks because sneak peek, I have the Knicks beating the Pacers,
Yeah.
So I think that's going to work into their advantage. Everybody's saying that, but we'll get into that in a little bit. Next matchup was the Celtics and the Knicks. This was another matchup. We all 3 got it wrong. I had Celtics in 6. Ali had Celtics in 6, and you had Celtics in 6.
6, yeah. 6.
Wow. Knicks beating the Celtics.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
that was big time shocker. Obviously, I feel bad for Jason Tatum. Going out with the Achilles injury in Game 4, Game 5.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really tough for them. Porzingis never healthy. I think they said that Jaylen Brown was playing with a torn meniscus. I love Jaylen Brown, by the way.
Yeah, big time. I love Jaylen Brown as well. And we kind of saw that in Game 5. Was it Game 5? Yeah, Game 5 when they came back and won it without Jason Tatum. Because I think Tatum went down in Game 4, right?
With the wrist?
No, his ACL or Achilles. Achilles. He tore his Achilles.
But he missed game 1 or game 2 because I think he messed up his wrist also, and they won that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, so game 5 when everybody, the report of Tatum's injury, everybody thought, Knicks were going to win in 5. Nobody gave Boston a chance, but he came out, balled out. And honestly, Jaylen Brown's so good, but he gets overshadowed by Tatum.
He does,
right?
He does.
Because I mean, Tatum's a great talent, you know. But that's why I don't think Jaylen Brown gets the recognition that I think deserves. I mean, he's got a fat contract too. He's got $300 million. You know, he's getting paid like
I think the highest paid in the NBA right now, or second. He's up there though.
He's up there. Yeah. I think when he signed his contract, he had the highest contract. I think if Luka was going to get the supermax from the Mavericks, he was going to be the next one. But clearly, that's not happening. You know, that's a crazy thing. But
shout out to the Mavericks.
Oh yes, man. You hear? I mean, side note: Mavericks are trading Cooper Flag to the Lakers for Austin Reeves.
It was in 10 years or something.
I don't know, but if they did that, I'm telling you, there's going to be a riot in Dallas.
Yeah, there really is.
No, but back to the Celtics matchup. Nobody saw that coming. And the thing is, I like the Knicks. I think they have a good team. Yep. I just still didn't see them beating the Celtics like that, you know. And they handled them. I don't want to say with ease, but they took them out pretty much, you know.
They had no answer for Jalen Brunson. I mean, this guy was just a monster in the playoffs. Obviously, the regular season, Mr. Fourth Quarter, he's just been a killer. And I think Gilbert Arenas said it on his podcast. Like, he's like probably the closest thing to Kobe, as in like the fourth quarter scoring and how he closed out games. Like, he has no fear. So yeah,
man. I don't see Kobe when I
don't see Kobe at all. Yeah. But he's probably the killer mindset, the Mamba mentality, the real Mamba mentality, where he comes out and just.
I mean, I like Ant-Man as the closest Kobe guy, you know, and that's why I'm really big on Minnesota, you know, which let's get into that next matchup. That was the one matchup we all got right. I mean, not necessarily in the games, but we all picked T-Wolves versus Warriors. I had T-Wolves in 6. You had T-Wolves in 6. Ali had T-Wolves in 6. They won in 5.
In
right?
5. Yeah. I mean, obviously, with Stephen Curry going out with the hamstring injury, it could have gone 6.
Yeah.
I still think even with Curry playing, they still T-Wolves would have still won it because they're just that much of a deeper team. I mean, they don't have the size to match up against Timberwolves.
But man, I never bet against Curry like that too. And I honestly didn't know Curry was going to miss that series.
Yeah.
When I found out he was injured and he missed pretty much the whole series. Did he play game 1?
10 minutes of the game 1.
Yeah. Okay.
They won that game.
Yeah.
The Warriors won.
Yeah, and so that's the thing though. If there was a healthy Curry, man, he can get hot. Yeah, you know, really he can get hot, and like when he shoots a 3, everyone's surprised when he misses. You know, that's the type of player he is. You know, so yeah, with the fact that I still had T-Wolves. I'm really big on Ant-Man. I love his game. I want him to be a Laker at some point, you know. And I think that's the delusional Laker mindset too, right?
We want everyone, right?
Everybody's gonna come. But yeah, no, I definitely think Ant-Man's a good player. But yeah, that was the one series we got right. The other series, OKC versus Nuggets. Yeah. I put OKC in 6. You had Nuggets in 7. And Ali had Nuggets in 6. Wow. It obviously went OKC in 7 games, so you were close on the verge of having that right. And you know, Game 7, anything can happen. Yep. But OKC just came out. They've won by 33 points or something like that.
I actually fell asleep watching the games.
Yeah. No, and the other games were really good though. Yeah. You know, that series was great. I think Nuggets. When you have the Joker, you can never. That's always going to be a tough matchup. I mean, obviously he surprised all of us. I mean, we all had Clippers winning, but when you have the Joker, he's so good, right? But SGA, my guy, my former Clipper great, you know, he should win MVP in my eyes. Number 1 seed.
You know what they said? They delayed it from announcing this first round to see who wins the matchup.
But see, that's not right though, because
I think
it's supposed to be based on regular season though.
Yeah, but I think previous seasons they announced it all like in the first round or second round, like all the awards. And they're delaying the MVP, I think, for this matchup.
But the thing is, all the votes are already in.
They've been in,
yeah. So,
but again, I mean, I think there's some bias to the higher ups in the NBA.
Yeah, I personally think they saved that award just because it's such a big award. Yeah. When hype, who knows, right? What the rhyme or reason is. Yeah. I always thought that they tried to announce that award for as long as that team is still in it, So that's why I thought they were going to announce it this series, right? Because say, for example, if SGA did win it and they were going to get eliminated, they had to announce it so they could announce it in front of their home crowd or present that, Yeah. I always thought they announced it within. So the fact that they didn't announce it was a little bit of a shocker.
Probably announce it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. So that's OKC Nuggets.
But again, I think Jokic proved that he's the better player. Like that, what he does for his team, and how he carry them, stats wise. OKC is loaded,
but and one of those arguments were, if you take Joker off the team, how far did the Nuggets go? And if you take they don't do anything. And if you take SGA off the team, how far did they go? They're still going to be competitive. So this has been an argument since Steve Nash won his MVPs, right? What's the criteria? Right?
That was BS, by the way. That should have been Kobe's.
Yeah, no, exactly. Shaq should have. If we're talking about the best player in the league, Shaq should have won during his prime easily, much more than he did. I think he only won one MVP, right? Kobe should have won it over Nash, or you could make the argument, there's Nash by no way is the best player in the league, but he was one of the best. He's a best player. I don't even know if they had the best record in the NBA those years. He just
a fun, exciting team. They were like the 7 seconds or less.
Yeah.
It was,
and he was just assist man. So that's why I'm saying the criteria is always. But SGA, the best player on the best team in the NBA, right?
Yeah.
They won 68 games. I think he deserves it. And honestly, there's always that voter fatigue, yes, right? How many times did Joker already win? He won
was
2.
Was it 2 out of 3 seasons?
Yeah, and Embiid won season. Yep. He's already won 2. I always like to see new blood get it.
You can't just give it to the same person every single year.
Exactly.
But he does deserve it. He's the greatest player that in the NBA currently. Shade.
Oh, that's a bold statement there. I don't know if you saw episode 1. Ali went big on Luka as the best player in the NBA.
Luka's great. I don't think he's the best player in the NBA. Right
no way he's the best player. Yeah. I think Luka top 5, maybe top 8. In there. He's good. Of course, he's one of the top players in the NBA, but top 1 is a different. I'll take Ant-Man over Luka right now, to be honest.
Yeah, the way he played in the first round.
Yeah,
I think so. The way he puts it down on defense.
Oh yeah,
killer. The way he was trying to guard LeBron. He was football, holding, but he still showed that passion on defense. He showed passion on offense. Obviously, whenever he just goes in the lane for those face posterizing dunks.
Yep.
He's got it. He's definitely a superstar. Obviously, I can't wait for him to be a Laker.
And just to kind of recap from the first round, it was brutal. Let me tell you, especially Ali Q. Mr. Ali Q, he did not fare well in the first round. He had Rockets winning, Lakers winning, Clippers winning. He had the Pistons winning and the Bucks winning. Yeah. So that was a lot of matchups, Mr. Ali Q, that you were way off on. And he had a viral moment where he called Steph Curry not clutch. Yeah. So that clip went viral, LEQ, on that part of it. All right. So now going into the conference finals matchups, let's do the West Coast first. Western Conference Finals. We have OKC against the T-Wolves. Who do you have?
I love Shai. Love the way his fashion. I love his fashion more than his ball.
Yeah.
But Anthony Edwards, the Timberwolves.
Ooh.
And I will say in 5 games.
So T-Wolves in 5 games.
Correct.
Man.
Yeah.
So just to fill you in, Asif has T-Wolves in 6 games. You said
7.
Oh, 7. Yeah, you said 7. Yeah. Asif has T-Wolves winning as well. I have OKC winning in 6. Just because I think OKC is just such a good team.
Who's their big?
OKC has Hartenstein.
Okay.
And Chet.
Chet, of course.
Chet.
I don't know his last name.
Chet Holmgren.
Chet Holmgren. Yeah.
Correct, but I mean he's big but not big.
Yeah. He's a tooth.
160 pounds of it.
He's a tooth big for sure.
He's amazing. You know, I love the way he plays.
But the crazy thing is, if you think about it with Chet, if Wemby wasn't in the league, we'd be talking about Chet like Wemby. Right?
Yeah.
And because think about it, they both came in at the same time, and obviously Wemby is just such a freak of nature, and freak athlete.
Is he a bit taller?
Wemby's taller.
Yep. He's a bit taller. Yeah.
But so the thing is, we'd be talking about Chet the way we talk about Wemby if Wemby didn't exist, right? Because Chet is such a long player and who can shoot outside. He's pretty much Wemby light, right? Think about it.
I don't know why we're too busy talking about Bol.
I was just about to bring a Bol. Like,
hey, all right, Shaq DZ, because Shaq says the same thing. He was like, Bol. Yeah, Shaq is always talking about Bol also. And that's the crazy part, man. The times that Bol did get an opportunity and get minutes, he's contributing because he's got the same skill set.
Is he still in Denver? No,
he's on Suns.
He was on Suns. He was in
Denver, correct?
He was in Denver at some point. Yeah. You're right on that. Asifa, who do you got, and in how many games?
So I think this is to be the best series in this next round. I think the winner of this series will win the championship. But I do have T-Wolves in 7.
T-Wolves
in 7. Timberwolves in 7.
The number 6 seed T-Wolves over the number 1 team in the NBA, OKC.
Yep. So T-Wolves, obviously they got a bunch of veterans on the team. I think they've been tested not only last year but this year as well, playing against like top tier talent and superstars. The way they just manhandle Lakers.
Yeah.
The way they close series against Warriors, albeit like without Stephen Curry, but still like.
So yeah, I mean
they're a pretty deep team.
Yeah.
They're big. They're physical. So against like the matchup with like Hardenstein. Holmgren is like all of 160 pounds, which Randall is just gonna bully down to the post. And then obviously Anthony Edwards to get his. I mean, he's not gonna back down from Shea at all. And then they have a defensive stopper in Jaden McDaniels. He's gonna make it hard for Shea. I mean, he's got the length, he's got the quickness. So he doesn't back down from anyone too. Like the way he was like jawing with Luka. I think Luka tripped on the floor. And he's like, "Get your ass up!" Like the way he's like, he don't back out from no one. So he's got that mentality there. So
you make a really good argument.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I have OKC winning in 6,
okay.
But you make a great argument. My thing is, T-Wolves beat the Lakers and the Warriors, but as much as I love the Lakers, I don't think they have the pieces to go deep in a playoff run. They have Luka and LeBron, Austin Reeves. I feel like the addition of Luka kind of nullified his contribution somewhat, because obviously Austin Reeves is going to take the backseat to Luka and LeBron. Right?
I'm huge on Austin Reeves.
Same.
I love him. It's crazy to see real white boy, like turn up the NBA like that. He's got a crazy bag. Like he trains with Kyrie's trainer, right?
Oh yeah.
Obviously, I'm not saying he's anywhere near Kyrie, but you see the moves that he like pulls out of the game like out of nowhere. Like, damn, like he just did that. That's crazy.
No, 100%. I love Austin Reeves, and we're gonna get to an Austin Reeves topic in a little bit. Actually, there's trade rumors around him. I don't know. Have you heard of those?
I've heard them. I don't want to hear them, but I've been hearing them.
We'll go into the trade rumors. We're gonna have a segment, Trade Jive, right? We're gonna talk about a few trade rumors, but. I don't think Minnesota's really been tested, right? They beat the Lakers in 5, and the thing is, the Lakers they went on a bit of a run in the end of the season. They put together some wins, and they had the same record as the Clippers and the Nuggets, and they got the 3 seed, but they could easily have the whole seeding was separated by like 2 to 3 games, right? They lose 2 or 3 games, they're the 8, 9 seed, possibly not even making the playoffs. Think about that, right? So that's why I don't think they're as good of a team as a 3 seed that you typically think about, right? And and it showed. The T-Wolves just handled them. You know, they didn't have a really didn't have a big man presence, right? Rudy Gobert looked like Wilt Chamberlain out there, especially that last game.
Prime Shaq.
Yeah, you know,
30-20 game.
Well, he finally woke up and was like, "Hey, they don't have a person bigger than 6'10" out there. You know, let me go to work." So that was that matchup. I mean, and the thing is, LeBron James, oldest player in the NBA, and don't get me wrong, what he's doing is amazing. His contributions, but if the oldest player in the NBA, he's literally their best player on the team, is your best player on the team, that's a problem.
It's not gonna work.
That's a huge problem, and he's still putting up big numbers. But like, where's the rest of this team? You know, so they have so many holes. So that's why I don't even think the Lakers, they haven't really tested the T-Wolves. Now we have the Warriors come in, no Steph Curry. I mean, again, it's not the Wolves' fault. They're playing against whoever's out there, right? They can't control who the other players are that were injured or not, right? So I think the T-Wolves are a great team. I'm huge on Ant-Man. Julius Randle, even though I don't like his game, I don't like his game at all. Give him credit. This last series, he balled out, right? I think he was averaging 31 points or 30 points. I forget exactly his numbers, but he's averaging a good amount. And he's contributing to the team really on a high level, even though I'm not a fan of his game at all. You know,
definitely not. I don't like his look down, just dribble, waste the whole shot clock, and then pass or just throw up a jack.
Yeah, jack up like a deep shot, and he's fallen in love with the three ball.
Yeah, and he's been hitting it, especially in the playoffs. So I don't know if he changed his game in the playoffs now. Obviously, it didn't work out for him the previous seasons with the New York Knicks. The reason why they traded him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think he's playing amazing right now.
Oh, he's playing great.
So
I'll give him credit.
It finally got to his head. I don't know if Anthony Edwards is pounded down his throat, like, "Hey, yo, you guys change up your game. We need you to play more team ball." And it's showing now that
so that's
a couple of triple doubles in the playoffs now.
Oh yeah, so that's the thing. I don't think the T-Wolves have truly been tested.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not their fault. I mean, they've won in 5 games. They're well rested. That's going to be a big advantage for them too. You know, but OKC, they went through the first round, swept, against Grizzlies.
Yeah.
And they had a beast of a matchup against the Joker, right?
Yeah.
Took it to 7 games, but 2 of those games, they blew them out. Like this game 7, and I think it was game 2 when they came back. I mean, and the thing is, some of those games were close.
Yeah.
Like OKC should have won those games too. But
the Aaron Gordon game winner.
The Aaron Gordon game winner. And OKC should have won that game, but the games OKC is just on a different level, and so that's why I think OKC just shows up. The OKC is deep too, I think they show up and they win it in 6.
Shout out to previous Laker Alex Caruso.
Oh, we love man.
Change up their team. Like, I think Ali was really high on Josh Giddey, by the way.
Oh yeah, I don't know why. No,
Josh Giddey's amazing, but I think Alex Caruso is a huge step above. Defensively.
I think
and a high IQ.
I think Josh. I think Josh Giddey's a great player. I wouldn't say amazing, right? But I think he's a great player. But Caruso was so much better fit. I mean, I love Caruso. That was another player that I wish the Lakers never get.
Freaking THT. Taylor,
oh my God! Don't
Tucker, whatever his name is. But
we don't even know. We don't even know anymore. And they were like, "Oh, he's not included in any trades. This and that." Caruso. Oh God, Caruso was. I wish they kept him, man. But yeah, no, Caruso's been huge for him.
Yeah.
And I was looking at. I mean, it might have been because they had a blowout, but Lou Dort only played 17 minutes today. Hartenstein played 17 minutes. I think it's because they were up 30 points. You know. So I think they got a good team, but that's going to be a fun matchup. And I agree with you. Whoever wins this wins the championship.
Another thing you mentioned, how I brought up Josh Giddey. Dallas got the number 1 pick. And they lost. Sorry, they won the coin flip against Chicago. But if Chicago had lost one more game, they would have been they would have got the first pick. And the reason why they didn't is because Josh Giddey hit the game winner against the Lakers.
Oh wow! What a!
So shout out to Ali's boy Josh Giddey.
Wow! I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's crazy how those things work out. Like you never know. It's so funny. Let's go to the Eastern Conference Finals now. We have the surprising Knicks and the surprising Pacers. Both teams took down the 1 and 2 seed. So the Knicks are the number 3 seed. They'll have home court advantage. Asif, who do you have winning that one?
I think Knicks in 6. I think they're 5 starters. With Towns, he's a great matchup. I'm not saying Turner's, better than him. I think Turner, he's going to get his, but Karl-Anthony Towns, he's a space the floor. He's a great shooter. I think that's definitely a huge upgrade from the Knicks last season to this season with him playing. Obviously, your wings was the Mikal Bridges. He stepped up big time in the playoffs. I think a couple people called him out, like, "Oh, you gave up like 5 picks for him, and where are you?"
They did give up a lot for him.
But I mean, I think he's proven himself in the playoffs now. I think he got like the game ceiling, like a couple steals against the Celtics, and
I think that was such a big pickup because I think that's I think the pickups that the Knicks did was huge for them because if you think about it, the previous year without Karl-Anthony Towns and Mikal Bridges, you could tell they needed something else. They needed that other offensive push because a lot was on Brunson. And teams, especially playoffs, is a different beast. People can key in on that player, jump in, and I definitely think these pickups. And it shows they're in the Eastern Conference Finals,
and they definitely made those acquisitions what Celtics in mind. Going up against Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, you need to have great wings, defensive wings. To match up against them, they got that in OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges, and it proved that they did a great job on those two guys. They made it really hard for them to score. They shut them down a couple games. They got the game-winning steal against Jaylen Brown. I think he had an opportunity for a game winner. So. Great pickups by them. Josh Hart as well. This guy could play the full game.
Man, that's another former Laker, man. Yeah. I see all of the old Lakers out on these other teams, and I'm just like, man, imagine if we just kept those guys, And that's the thing I hate so much about the Lakers. They give up on these players so fast. And God, that's neither here nor there now. But when I see Josh Hart just balling out, I was like, and I don't know if you remember Josh Hart when he first came in Summer League. He was tearing. He was like the MVP in Summer League. He was like the top player in Summer League. So I was like, oh, he's nice. And I think he was like a late first round pick.
He was like the last pick.
So man, he's nice, man. I have the Knicks in 6 as well. Okay, nice. And I just think the team is so deep, right? And they're playing. And you mentioned Jalen Brunson, like that fourth quarter scoring. I think he's so good. But now let me play devil's advocate here. Pacers have been underestimated all year from every playoff matchup, and we kind of alluded to it a little bit, right? Everybody has them as an underdog. Halliburton overrated, this and that. I think the whole world has Knicks beating the Pacers, and especially I think everyone's so high on the Knicks after they just beat the Celtics. But Pacers just beat the number 1 team in the Cavs, right? They did. And Halliburton, man, I don't know. I know Imran Maki is really sad that the Kings got traded him away. But man, and they don't even have De'Aaron Fox anymore too. What are the Kings doing over there?
It's the Kings.
Zach LaVine and DeRozan, the old Bulls.
It didn't work out in the East. Yeah. Like, hey, let's bring it to the Kings. It's obviously not going to work out as well.
They got to rebuild now, and they had such a good team. They really did. They fired Mike Brown mid-season.
Beginning the season. It was like the first 15 games or something.
It was mid-season, I thought.
Was it?
It was mid-season. Yeah, like it was toward maybe earlier on, but it was mid-season.
Yeah.
It wasn't close to playoffs, but it was like I think it might have been before the trade deadline. But like, I felt they were right on the cusp. Yeah. Right. I think they took the Warriors to in the previous playoffs. Yeah. Right.
They were down to the wire in that one game.
Yeah, they were close. And they have a good team with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. And it's just a matter of building it up. But,
unfortunately, it didn't work out.
We're giving the Kings a lot of love in the playoff talk. But, I was just surprised with that whole move. But, back to the Pacers. They have a nice team too, though. What's their Evan Turner? What's his
Miles Turner?
Miles Turner.
Then they have Siakam.
Siakam,
I just always forget about him.
Yeah, but exactly.
He always puts up like 20 and 10 every game. So
Pascal Siakam, Miles Turner, Siakam, and Halliburton. That's a nice lineup. It is. I'm trying to think. See, this is how much lack of.
They have like Andrew Nembhard. He's a solid like 2 guard, I think.
Is TJ McConnell the point guard?
Yeah,
right.
Backup point guard.
Backup point guard. Who's their starting point guard? Is it Halliburton's running? Yeah. Then who's their shooting guard? I don't even know. See, this is the thing. Pacers don't get any love. I think there was a stat like I was showing. I think they had only one nationally televised game, not this last year, the season before. Yeah. And after they made it, they went into Eastern Conference Finals last year too. Yeah. And now they had a few more national televised games, and man, they're not getting any love, even from the Sports Jive podcast over here. No, but they have a nice team.
They really do.
And the thing is, they're playing kind of pressure free. Mm-hmm. No pressure on them. Nobody's expecting them to win. So I mean, it's.
Did they play first round? That's how much I watched.
No, exactly. Was it the Milwaukee Bucks?
Oh yeah. So I mean, couple injuries there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they got spoon fed that victory, but I mean, mine is Damian Lillard.
Yeah, that's true.
They went through the first round pretty easily. Second round, you're playing Cavs with a bunch of injuries. Mitchell on a hobbled ankle.
Oh yeah,
a couple players missing a few games.
Yep.
Like Garland missed a couple.
Yep.
Evan Mobley missed one game, I think. They just never got that rhythm. Able to push through, and they fell far behind there. I think they started off like 2-0. Pacers up 2-0. The series. Yeah. So it's just hard to overcome that.
Exactly, and especially mentally too. And you said, like you mentioned, they're fighting so many injuries. Mm-hmm. That's tough to do. Yeah. So. I see that vantage point. I mean, we both have Knicks anyway. So let's Knicks versus Pacers. Amatsky, what do you got?
I have Knicks. Originally, I did have Celtics. Obviously, Tatum got hurt, but now I have Knicks.
In how many games?
In 6.
And over the Pacers. So Pacers don't. You're giving Pacers.
Yeah. Well, I love Halliburton. Right. I love the way he plays. Almost like Paul George. Am I wrong? Am I right? Kinda. Like less
wrong,
like.
I don't think very similar at all. I mean, he's a great player. Yes.
I mean, look.
But he's such
tall, lanky. I mean, he drives.
He's very unorthodox.
Different shot. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like I said, different type of shot, different type of layup, but he still makes it happen. But but he has that. He plays that similar role, I believe. Mm-hmm. But as much as I love him, I think it'll be Knicks that'll be coming out of that.
So we both have Knicks, and we're split on the Western Conference. So, a little preview: if it's Knicks versus Minnesota, who do you have? Which is going to be honestly such an interesting matchup because they had that trade.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to my nephew Fawad about this today. Basically, if it's Knicks versus T-Wolves, and not even then, I mean, even right now, we can say this, that trade was beneficial for both teams.
It really was.
And originally, I thought it was very one-sided. Mm-hmm. I thought Knicks got away with it. Yeah, because I'm not big on Julius Randle.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're both in the Final Four in the NBA, I thought it sounds like this trade worked out for both people. And what's his name? Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
Man, poor guy. He's seeing all of his.
That commercial, amazing commercial. Throws the hat.
Yeah, man. What the heck was they thinking with that commercial? No, but I feel so bad for him. He's seeing, but. Not so much the fact that his own team is now in the Western Conference Finals, but if it's them two, who do you have? Minnesota versus Knicks. I think you said whoever was winning the West wins it.
I would say Timberwolves in 6.
Okay.
Timberwolves in 6. I'm just high on Anthony Edwards. I feel like I think we both agree the same thing. Like this guy is the closest thing to Kobe. As we can see, like just his mentality, the way he comes out and plays, he puts it out there on offense, on defense.
Yep.
He's a killer.
100%.
So it's like the closest thing to Kobe. I think I mentioned, Jalen Brunson has a Kobe mentality as in like the fourth quarter.
Yep.
But as far as like the shot making, the insane shot making, like over to 2-3 defenders, only Anthony Edwards can do that.
Oh, easily. Yeah, I easily agree with you that he's the closest to Kobe. I mean, and that's such a huge bar to reach, like Kobe level, but I like what I see in him. He's young still, but even at his age, he's got that, I feel he's got like that killer mentality, like, hey, I'm not out here to make friends.
Exactly.
I'm here to come at everybody. He sees like the older legends, like he sees LeBron, KD, like the previous year. He's like, I'm taking it to them. And that's what you want to see, not like, hey, all buddy, take it easy, and that's what everybody criticizes, like the new NBA, but I really like Anthony Edwards a lot too. Let's talk about a few, and so that's the, the conference finals previews, right?